Hi, today students, I want to continue with the washer method about the y-axis. So we continue with example 19. So the question asks us to sketch on the same diagram the curves y is equal to set of 8x and y is equal to x squared. So my green curve will represent is y is equal to set of 8x, and then the purple curve is my graph of y is equal to x squared. So first thing, we have to find the points of intersection between two curves. Y, as we know, y is equal to set of 8x, and then this is our first equation, and then we have y is equal to x squared. This is my second equation. So to find the points of intersection between the two curves, so we can have set of 8x, set of 8x is equal to x squared we square both sides, so we have set of 8x squared is equal to x squared squared. Then we have 8x is equal to x to the power of 4. So we have 8x minus x to the power of 4 is equal to 0. So from here we can factor out x. So we have 8 minus x cubed is equal to 0. Okay, so we have x is equal to 0, or we have 8 minus x cubed is equal to 0. So we have x cubed is equal to 8. Therefore, our x is equal to cube root of 8. So x is equal to 2. Okay, so now we want to find the values of y. So we can write as when x is equal to 0, we can substitute in a second equation, y is equal to x squared. So we obtained our y is equal to 0. So when x is equal to 2, our y is equal to 2 squared. So we have y is equal to 4. Therefore, our intersection points are 0, 0 and 2, 4. So this is our intersection point 0, 0, and then we have here will be the intersection point, which is 2, 4. Next, we want to find the volume generated when the region here bounded by two curves is revolving about the y-axis. So now this area will revolve around the y-axis. So now, since our y-axis is a vertical axis, so we're going to have horizontal strip. So we draw a horizontal strip. Okay, so this is our horizontal strip. So as you can see, for horizontal strip, the thickness will always dy. Okay, the thickness is dy. But how about the length or the height of the strip? Okay, to determine the length of the strip, we have to determine the outer radius and the inner radius. Okay, so if you can see here, the outer radius must be measured from the axis of rotation, in this case y-axis, up to the outer curve. So our outer radius is from here. Okay, my outer radius is from the axis of rotation, in this case y-axis, up to the outer curve. So this one will be my outer radius r. Okay, so now my inner radius is from the axis of rotation, so again the y-axis, up to the inner curve. So this will be my inner radius. Clear? So I have to give my radius, outer radius and inner radius in terms of y. So y is equal to x squared, so implies we have x is equal to set of y. Okay, for x is positive or 0. Next, we have y is equal to set of 8x, so implies x is equal to y squared over 8. So if you see, my outer radius r is y is equal to x squared. Therefore, my outer radius is equal to set of y. Right? Then my inner radius is y is equal to square root of 8x. So my inner radius is equal to y square over 8. We have to give the radius in terms of y, since we are revolving about the y-axis. So now we can find our volume. So volume is equal to, we have to integrate from 0 to 4. We use limit y 0 to 4, alright, and then of cross-sectional of washer times with the thickness dy. So it's equal to integrate from 0 to 4 pi, and then we have r squared, the outer radius, minus the inner radius square times dy. Okay, so we have integration from 0 to 4 pi, and our r square is third of y square minus the inner radius is y square over 8 square dy. So take out the pi, the constant pi. So we can integrate third of y square, or we simplify first. So third of y square will be y minus y to the power of 4 over 64 dy. So we want to integrate this one. So it's equal to pi integration of y. We have y square over 2 minus y to the power of 5 over 64 times 5 from 0 to 4. Then we will substitute the upper limit and the lower limit. So we have 4 square over 2 minus 4 to the power of 5 over 320 minus, since our y in numerator as a numerator, so when we substitute the value 0, we get 0. So it's equal to 24 over 5 pi unit cube.